You're live. There we go. Ooh. Good afternoon, class. Can we hear me? Can we see me? How we doing? How we feeling? I just wanted to go fishing, and that's what we're doing today. Just a little extra stream. Want to give a big shout out to one of the channel members, Cheyenne, who sends their regrets. Some family stuff going on. But no worries, man. I hope everything's good. Hope you're doing well. Everyone send some good thoughts, some good vibes, some kindness out into the world. It is in short supply sometimes. Man, I spent the last 30 minutes or so, maybe even longer. I wanted to end the last stream after how just not for me the whole second island is for Sonic Frontiers. I'm like, I want to end on the fishing, get some extra stuff. We won a couple of coin jackpots, so I wanted to use my coins. I just couldn't find it. And the video I looked up was like so unhelpful, but eventually I figured it out. They were just like, they clearly finished the game and maxed out their stats. They're just zooming and bouncing around, and I felt like an old man. I'm like, slow down. I don't know where you are. But I found it, and holy crap, it's... You have to go through this, like, little cave and tunnel system to get here. And I'm just like, oh my god. Oh, I was, like, cackling. I was laughing so hard. But we're just going to play the fishing minigame, and we're just going to chill. Hope you enjoy. Smash that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey, Sonny. I literally told myself I got it right, and now I'm getting confused with the other option. It's so whack. Yeah, it was just...
Hey, son.
God, I love this music.
Welcome back.
Thanks, buddy.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
2 cents? Wait, the stats carry over from fishing place to fishing place? They're sold out of keys and memory tokens? I guess I can get gears and memos or something. That would not have got over well when I was genuinely like, maybe I'll just get some extra keys. Look at the little guy. Rip Nemo. F in the chat for Nemo or Nemo's dad. Nice that you found it. Found it is it's very forgiving use of the term. Oh, it's because I got enough keys and memory tokens for the island? Huh. Ooh, big boy. Look at that big boy. Sold out now because you finished the story on this island. Can't join the stream. Oh, no worries, Polyphonica. Sorry you can't make it. Have fun at work. Hope you have a nice afternoon/evening too. So by that logic then, on the next island, should I... Ooh. Squid are so cool, man. When I first learned about like giant squids and like stuff like deep, like the part of the ocean that we've never discovered, that always fascinated me as a little kid. It still fascinates me now. How ridiculous was it to find that tiny island? Dude, I needed to I watched like a video of someone zipping way too fast around. They were clearly done with the game and had maxed out everything. And they like died twice trying to like do fancy maneuvers to like traverse everything. It was so silly. It was so, I couldn't see where they were on the map. It was so unhelpful. But it was like, you have to follow the rim of the canyon, take a couple of certain paths at certain forks in like a small canyon into a cave tunnel, through that, take the right path again at a fork in the road, and then you find it. And I'm like, oh my God, like I pictured like the Gollum scene in like Return of the King, like up the stairs we go. Like I was like, I'm being lured to my death. We were barking, oh, 2 double rings. Ooh, oh, it's a scroll. I was like, oh, money. So by that logic, that's what I was saying earlier. So by that logic that I can't get more keys because we finished the story here, and same with the memory tokens, should I try to find the fishing spot on the third island first, just to have extra keys in the future? Yeah, I guess we can do egg memos. Right now, the goal is just to do... I'm gonna 360 no scope. I'm gonna kill this ecosystem. Ooh, pretty. The fish look real. It's kind of nice. Like, real enough. God, the music here is so good. This is what I wanted to end the stream on. To detox the stress and rest. Ooh, big boy. Oh, I thought it was a sandfish, a sunfish. Yeah, I might have read a book about fish when I was in 3rd grade. True story. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Oh, hey, Cheyenne. Glad you can make it a little bit. I hope it lightens the mood. Look at that. Cheyenne shows up, and we get 3 gold cards. Thank you, Cheyenne. Fun fact. From the age of maybe 3 or 4 till about 22. So we'll say 20 years of my life. I thought my grandpa was a professional fisherman because that's what they told me when I was a kid, and I never questioned it again. He worked in insurance or insurance adjustments. He would inspect buildings. Speaking of the devil, oh, a beautiful salmon while I talk about my grandpa. You can't get anything better than that, man. That's like, he would go salmon fishing all the time. He was the best at cooking and grilling salmon and snapper and anything he could get his hands on. Sorry, that kind of weirdly emotional. Like, I was literally talking about him. Fuck out of here, Eggman. That's a nice reference, though. I like how it's the old... The Robotnik era. Why did the name change? Grandpa Lore, let's go. But I did. I asked when I was really little. I was like... I asked him what his job was, and I guess they just didn't want to explain to such a young child what a... You dropped this, King. That one's for you, Grandpa. I also need to call Grandma when we're done with this. I usually call her on Fridays. I guess they just didn't want to explain it because he would like inspect like buildings to make sure they were up to code for like insurance and all that good stuff. And maybe they just didn't want to explain it. They said fisherman, and I'm sure it must have come up on like, you know, fill out this worksheet about your family or something. Ooh. I'm sure it must have come up like, you know, fill out this worksheet about your family or something. But I would just always fisherman. And it wasn't until like I was finishing college and I had said something about Grandpa being a fisherman, and he laughed. And I just looked at him and he went, no, I'm not I worked in insurance. And I was like, what? Like, I just never had a follow-up question. Like, there was nothing to ever contradict it. Ooh, a big boy. Do tuna get that big? Am I ignorant when it comes to tuna? Those cans are so small. How do you get all that fish in those cans? Robotnik was an American thing. He was always an Eggman. Okay, Adventure tied the two names together. I do like tying them together. Because I thought the idea was his name is actually Robotnik, but Sonic just calls him Eggman, and it just kind of stuck. Because you're always playing from Sonic's perspective. But yeah, I guess it was the cartoon. Ah, the ancient scroll. It's okay, Bill. I found my dad worked for the military. And on the first GPS when I was 26, I found out serious dad lore less than 2 years ago. Oh, really? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you just trust the lie, especially a mundane lie. Like, oh, Grandpa's a fisherman. And I'm like, yeah, he catches fish all the time. He taught me the difference between, like, why you need a special hook for salmon fishing. That's really funny. Oh, you found out he worked on the first GPS. That's sick. Wait, so the heiress to GPS watches my streams? It's like Succession. That's sick. I want to ask like a million questions, but you don't have to talk about it. Oh my god. Oh, look at the boy. Oh, he doesn't look happy. Why is his little tubey thing so... It's fine. That's not how they look in my coloring books. I wish there was a way to like... Look at the little dart. What's he doing in the water? Don't touch it. That was my second grade PowerPoint presentation, was on the poison dart frog. Not that I should be giving advice to children, but the idea was it was our way of, like, our teacher's way of teaching us, like, PowerPoint. She loved the rainforest, so everyone had to pick an animal indigenous to the rainforest to do a presentation on. And I really loved poison dart frogs. Pro tip for anyone who has to do a report that doesn't matter, maybe don't pick the longest name possible, because that was the biggest pain in the ass. I learned how to write poison without misspelling it very quickly, but I must have had to type out and write down poison dart frog dozens of times. But they're super poisonous, so don't touch that, Sonic. At least you're wearing gloves. Look at the little guy. Hello. We're taking them to a rehabilitate and release aquarium. I remember being so obsessed with animals and cars when I was a kid, so getting to know Sonic was a match made in heaven. Yeah, that's still something, like, I feel like, because I never really played any 2D Sonic except like at like two friends' houses who had like a Sega console. A seahorse. It's a big ass seahorse. What are you doing here? I think he was under NDA. Yeah, no, I didn't want to ask. Let's keep things relatively unparasocial. A million questions went through my head, and I'm like, let's not grill ya. But also, yeah, don't break that. What was I saying? That's really funny though. But oh my god. Help. It's big fishy eye. It just looks so uncomfortable. Do tell your dad thank you, though, because if it wasn't for GPS, I would have probably died. When I was saving up money to move out to Chicago, I did. I kept my job at a theme park, and I worked delivery driving, and GPS like saved that for me. Like, there's no way I could have done that. I didn't know the area. It was just some random place that needed a driver, and I had a friend who worked there, who hooked me up with the job because I had a car. And I'm like, I've never been to this county, let alone these towns in this like relative delivery radius area. So look at the guy. Chop I hardly. So can we still go back to the first fishing pond when we run out of fish here, or will it just completely go away? Are they all connected? There we go. Doubles. Yeah, we need to find another game. Either it'll just be Stardew or something like Stardew, where it's like a little more abstract, a little more stop and go. So I'm not juggling audio levels, gameplay, narrative. Or I can just, you know, play Get Goods. Nice. Ooh, hi. My little chubby lobster boy. The catches repeat in an order. You can keep fishing until you run out of coins. Oh, sick. Well, how long we want to chill. So does it matter which one I go to then? Like, in a world where I wasn't like looking for the new fishing hole to purely just to fish, like, could I have just gone back to the first one and really not miss a beat? Oh, flying fish. Those startle me. You can try the meat roasting minigame. What the hell? You can... This is a cooking sim? Oh, I thought of a good example to do another stream like this. Ooh, crab, dibs. Animals are all beautiful creatures. I do my best. I do at least 3, but ideally 6 meals a week that don't have animal product in them. Just to ideally kind of balance out, but like they're not making extra ground beef because I eat meat. But I try to at least like sparse out like about 1 or 2 days worth of meals where I don't eat animal product. I love seafood so much. Like I could probably, minus like FOMO, if I go to like a really cool restaurant or something, I could probably do it except seafood. Like that's been like my whole life. Ooh, a star post. That's kind of fun. That's more engaging than like just catching junk. The grilling minigame is free DLC. Easy way to get free fish. Oh, should I have downloaded something? Or is it already in here? Come on. That's what I was gonna say. Like I was kind of hoping. Oh my god. Like Sally Acorn? Chat, help. Seafood is truly the best. Yeah, just like how I don't judge people who don't eat meat or whatever, I'd like to also not be judged in return. Because also a lot of the meat we eat, it's because like we need to keep the budget down. Like it's a lot of money to try to not do meat. But I don't think I could do seafood. Like that's arguably religion. Like, especially like with my grandpa being the amazing, like, not only fisherman but like chef that he was with seafood. Like Sometimes I just want a good plate of fish or some shrimp or something just to think about them. Sega Japan are hesitant to acknowledge old American Sonic stuff, so no Sally mention. Then what's with the acorn? What's the reference then? Because like that felt way too specific to just be like, teehee, you found an acorn. But yeah, I wish, especially with some of the 3D titles that have just kind of been lost to time. Barracuda. Oh my god. So my mom's side of the family is like Armenian, came here during the World Wars, immigrated here, all that stuff. My dad's side is very, we've been here long enough to where some of the upsetting things you'll learn about US history probably applies. And his family grew up in like Louisiana and Georgia and eventually moved to the Northwest. And like I've heard stories about like wading in like ankle deep water and then like being told like don't move, stand still, and looking down and seeing barracuda around people's feet. Not to keep this unchill, but it just reminded me of that. Ooh, a golden quest. Look at him. I'm not supposed to be golden, please help. We're sending them to a rehabilitation and release aquarium. Like the Seattle Aquarium. I feel like I really would have pursued my love of animal science if it wasn't for having a horrible literal criminal of a teacher. That class stopped halfway through. But no one could really convince me of too many jobs other than working at the aquarium. And now I'm like, I wish if I'd never been bit by the theater bug and if I never fell in love with mystery novels, I'd love to work at the aquarium and just take care of the fish and release the octopus. This music's so good. But yeah, shout out to the Seattle Aquarium. That's one of those, going to other aquariums throughout my life, if given the opportunity. Ooh, I'm in the Anglers Club. AMA. Does that mean I've caught one of everything? I'm assuming. Going to other aquariums, like, they're not as bad, obviously, as, like, SeaWorld or something. Which, no, is not the theme park I worked at. You know, for clownfish, he's not very funny. Going to some of the other ones, I'm like, how long has it been here and why? It feels almost like going to a circus. I hope other aquariums take as good a care as they should. Oh, I did catch it. Now just repeat catches. Okay. Should I go shopping then? Because, like, I'm assuming the tokens don't carry over, right? Oh, Cheyenne. You might get one next year. That was part of the plan this year, and then I had to take a break from my insanity, and it honestly probably killed the main channel, at least for a while. Squid. I hear they're really good at games. New island, new tokens. Okay, so
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
well, now it costs 2 more coins because I went back to the menu. This economy's really affected everybody. I guess first we'll go for the gears and the memos. Right? It's all connected, right? Does it matter which one I do? I wish I knew how many I needed to level up my stats. That's so loud. I turned down the sound effects because I wanted the music to be the prominent noise. Oh my god, what have I done? Having flashbacks to that stupid the slot machine thing, which I need so I can get these coins. Oh, this game's so weird. I stand by it, man. When it works so well.
Would you like to try?
And when it doesn't make
I'll let
sense,
you
I get
borrow a
so
rod.
confused that it really doesn't work. So can I just get all the memos? Or will those sell out per fishing spot? Oh, cool. Neat. Gorami. Gorami sounds like a Souls boss. Gorami, the ancient empty one. I need to catch up on the VODs. I mean, I still find it very funny, but it does get a little stressful. This level, like, oh, dude, the beginning, the first area is still my favorite so far. I think technically this is my favorite just because of how impressive it is that, like, I've openly said several times, I want to do the fishing thing as opposed to, you know, Sonic Adventure 1 where it's like, please kill me now. Ooh, banana. Huh, suck it, children. I got 3 golden tickets. Did anyone see Wonka? Is that any good? My time and money is very precious. Like, I'm sure Timothy Chalamet did a good job. He was great in Liza P. Salmon. It doesn't have the red belly yet, Sonic. You should wait for it to spawn first. Where's Big the Cat's fishing license? I heard it's decent, but I'm not interested. Yeah, I'm on the fence. Like, the movie theater by me, and I talked about it in my, my Boy and the Heron video. The movie theater closest to me really sucks. It's not fun. It wasn't equipped to have a Beyonce concert next door. And that's not Beyonce's fault. But, like, even, like, you could hear Oppenheimer through the walls, like, which is hilarious, but very distracting. You drop this king. It isn't worth it. Ah, that's a bummer. Like, it just feels like something that, like, would be a better, like, streaming at home. I can pause and pee. Because that's something, God. everything changed when the harassing comments attacked on my Wish video, which again, it's in my personality to like, they didn't even watch it. Like, again, wasn't really a big fan and talked about why. And honestly, I was nervous for that video because I'm like, this is probably the most negative thing I've ever made. And even still, it's not in my personality to like not say something nice. Like, even when I'm frustrated at this game, I still talk about how much I like certain things or was hopeful for this, or, you know, giving it the benefit of like, I hope it gets better or it'll make sense later, whatever. But like, still my personality to say something nice. But that was a video I wanted to do, was about how like through the whole year, like the Disney, when you look at, because it's hard to remember sometimes that like Indiana Jones is Disney, obviously anything Marvel is Disney. You got the Star Wars series, like 2 or 3 of them dropped on Disney Plus. You know, Elemental was thrown into that mix. The live action Little Mermaid. There was like Guardians 3. There was like Ant-Man. There's like way too much. And I remember having that feeling because it was like, oh no, like Elemental isn't doing well at the box office, which it recovered, but like live action Little Mermaid's not going to make $1 billion. Indiana Jones 5 isn't going well. And I'm like, this is too much stuff. It's too much stuff. Like, I was looking at it and I'm like, no wonder all these movies are kind of, even Guardians was like the better of all those box office wise, but it's like, you didn't give anything enough time. Like, you dropped like 6 movies in the first like 5 months. And I'm like, it's too much. And the release dates were really weird. Like, I remember like Indiana Jones, I'm like, not to generalize, but maybe Father's Day weekend for Indiana Jones was just a weird thought, because I forgot when it dropped, but I was just sitting there and I'm like, this is like too much stuff. And I already, like, you know, like, subscribe, donate, become a member. Already I'm like, money, this economy is awful right now. Like, money's tight, you know, especially for us. Like, you know, we didn't have health insurance for like 9 months out of this year. Like, money was really tight, and I'm like, I'll just wait for all these to be on streaming, which I'm sure a lot of people were thinking too. And then there's also the argument of like family size as well. You know, like, just using my family as an example, you know, if I was at my mom's, that's me, my sisters, my stepdad, and my mom. So without grandma and grandpa, that's 5 tickets, 7 with them. And usually grandma and grandpa will go with us to the movies. That's 7 tickets. And when it's like $15 a pop, it's like $200, isn't it? Hold on. 15, 2 would be 30. 6 would be 90. Yeah, it's $100. So it's like, the theater experience needs to kind of shift or like space them out. Because also, yeah, a little bit of that is, you know, pandemic based. But it's weird to see, because I guess they said like they're going to re-release some of the Disney Plus drops. Like, not sponsored. Soul, Turning Red, and Luca, I think they announced some sort of like plan to drop them in theaters. And I'm just like, well, now it feels like you're making up for like a whole, because obviously the strike and everything too, but like there's clearly a hole in your lineup, but you dropped, and I'm sure it was anticipation of the strike more than anything, but you dropped so many movies so close to each other this year. You did like 2 years worth of theatrical drops. The top one is my fishing coins, and then the bottom one is my fishing tokens. Just to clarify that. Sorry, I went on such a weird tangent. Yeah, my thing is, if I'm gonna do a video, I feel like I should, I want to watch things legitimately anyway. It's hard, because it's like, what do? Do you dwell on the fact that you're giving money to a evil corporate entity, Or do you focus on the fact that financial success for this project means the people who worked on it get more jobs? Do whatever the hell you want, obviously. But like that's where my mind kind of goes. So like also the general lack of information, people being misinformed about whatever boycotts and stuff are going on. I'm also really like, I do my best. Like I'm broke anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But like I do my best if I see something going on and I don't agree with it. But it's also like, at what point, like if it's not a big enough impact, there's a worry that I have that it's just going to impact employees more than the company. Like it worries me that there would be a justification to lay off employees, just regular people. I know a lot of that is my own anxieties and experiences being laid off at the very beginning of the pandemic. So like I understand that's where my mind will wander to there. But like, which it's the same thing with like award shows, right? I'm like, awards don't matter. Like, just because Nimona wasn't nominated for a Golden Globe doesn't mean Nimona isn't good. But I'm also like, awards can also bump some people's resumes. Someone who, worked on the art department, the writing, performances, or even producing it. Like it kind of gives like potential reasons or more rationale to create more projects like this, that's also, using Nimona as an example, also then provides the unfortunately unique angle of, queer storytelling is important. See the awards it gets, see the views it gets, see the money that can be made. Something I've said several times about the Owl House, where I'm like, oh gee, I'd love to spend all my disposable income on Owl House themed things at theme parks if only there was a big company in charge of this IP. Oh no, don't make me give you $40 for a Blu-ray box set with commentary. Like, it's like, what do you like? What angle do you take there? And this is one of the many ways where the modern social media internet scape kind of frustrates me. Is it's like, my angle is more stuff from this team, more stories with this kind of representation and creativity. And despite some people involved in the show liking those tweets, I got a lot of, like, boo, you like corporations, what a sellout, this ain't it, chief, kind of vibe. And I'm like, I've never been team giant company. So it's like, outside of trying to like amass a following and an audience on the internet, other people's opinions shouldn't matter that much. But it's like, it does make me think, like, where is that line? And it's weird how selective it feels sometimes, like, even if I made a video saying that I really enjoyed the soundtrack of Wish and can't wait to check it out, unless I'm being sponsored, like, that's not promotion, and Disney doesn't see it that way. They'll copyright the shit out of me if given the opportunity. So it's like, it's weird. And it's easy to be that pragmatic when I see both sides of it. It's weird, man. But yeah, with like movies and stuff, it's like 15, $16 a ticket. The theater near me sucks. And it's like, sometimes, yeah, like you're showing up, like Boy and the Heron, like, I already knew I was going to check out this movie at some point because I like Miyazaki's work and Studio Ghibli, and I was hoping, if this resonates with me or it creates enough of something in my brain to spark a conversation, I want to do a video. So it's like, sometimes, yeah, like you do buy things or go to something if not out of artist loyalty, brand loyalty. So there is always that angle. But it's like, if I'm objectively just wanting to see what's going on in animation, should I be seeing more movies? Should I do as many shows as possible? You know, it's weird. It's like sometimes, you know, obviously personal experience and subjectivity will always go into any discussion or review of something. You know, the topics or characters or themes that I'll analyze, you know, there will be some sort of reason why it speaks to me and draws me to that topic or focus point. But it's like it's that weird feel. Oh, well, you must be best buddies with Disney and okay with everything they do. No, I'm not. I was doing Owl House videos during the, hey man, can you say gay part of their timeline and all that stuff. It's like, I don't think I've ever really agreed with Disney other than I guess we can agree that drawings moving and talking is cool. But it's like, that doesn't align, like, it doesn't align my beliefs or thoughts with the company or the CEO. Like, to me, it's individual projects. And even then, sometimes it's like, I just want to check this out. And I guess I've been thinking about it because how different the gaming streams are from main channel videos. Like, if I'm just not vibing with something, or I don't feel like I've constructed like an entertaining or insightful conversation out of an experience watching something, listening to something, I'll just kind of move on. Like, you know, like, it's okay. Like, oh, I just wasn't feeling myself that day. Or, you know, I don't want to upload a 20-minute video about why this thing, I didn't like a specific thing, or I didn't really care for it. But with games, it's like I'm going in completely blind. It's live. It's not edited. Like, to save time and to stop repetition, like, I would edit down a lot of the, this is frustrating, I don't like this, I don't like this. You know, so you can get like, here's 5 things I liked and then 2 things I didn't like. So it feels a little more balanced. You know what I mean? So it's like, just been kind of pondering a lot of things lately. Because I don't know, I want to just make stuff and have fun and ideally make enough money to survive doing things I like. And I hate having to attack it from every angle like that. But it's like, you know, sometimes you do have to ask yourself those questions. And like, you know, sometimes, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this stream, is it's like sometimes people can be so negative or aggressive or just rude or toxic, and it really starts to like stain the experience in a sense, right? And I didn't want to do that with this, so I'm like, I don't want to go into the weekend still dwelling on the negativity, you know, because even when I'm frustrated, like, you know, I get worked up, but I'm swearing and laughing at myself and trying to like also figure it out. And sometimes I get genuinely frustrated or angry, but it's like in the moment, it's live and it's free. But it's like, you know, I minus some bad interactions in chat, I still would have called it a good time. You know, it's like I was watching it back a little bit because I like to make sure that the audio is still good, like on a phone, and see if there's anything to tweak for the next one. And like I was still laughing at like, you know, me trying and failing and like, oh, I know how to do this, flump, like it's funny. Or the key, I think it was a key, but like the key like bouncing away from me and falling off the cliff, and I just watched it go into the ocean, and I'm like, my soul left my body watching this as well as living through it. But I don't know, it's like sometimes it's like, should I be making stuff and just figuring out what my opinion is along the way? You know? Hey, Hank. Hope you're good. I don't know. It's weird, man. Oh, oops. Doubles. Nah, just been thinking about it a lot. Because I'm like, if I did more videos about things that I don't love, because like the Wish video was part of like a slate of like Thanksgiving and holiday videos, extra uploads for the holidays and for the fundraiser for World Central Kitchen, which thank you again to everyone who donated through the streams here. But like that was the whole plan, and like whichever video does best, I'll do like a stream about it to try to raise some more money for World Central Kitchen. And I was too stressed to do anything after that. But like it was just, I thought it was interesting because I started talking about like the music and like the way it's written, and like the story's still really confusing. There's a song that, like, you know, without context, there's a song that sounds like an adult has a love song with a teenager, and I was like, what the hell? And like talking about that and like bringing up instances of other times where like you can listen to most soundtracks and even without context get it. And like looking at the lyrics, like it eventually kind of made more sense, and it wasn't about that, I don't think. I still haven't seen the movie, but I was like, oh, this is interesting. It's a little more negative than normal, but let's see. And I'm like, if I did more videos about things that, like, even if I don't love it, it's at least something to like interesting to talk about, would it have still given the impression that, oh, because I did a video about this, let's attack Bill, you know? And it was nasty stuff. It wasn't like, oh, I can't believe you did this or whatever. Like, there was some really ugly things. Like, there's a small part of me that wishes I just approved every held for review comment and kept the video up and was like, this is not okay, but I just didn't want to look at it anymore. It was too much. And misinformed. But I'm like, because like, oh, like I don't have much nice to say about this, I won't make a video. A couple years of that like headspace. Does it give the impression that now, like, oh, if Bill does a video about this, he must have loved everything about it, which wouldn't be the worst impression, but also then it's like, then I worry, like right now I'm doing a video about Hilda, and there's some things that like my mind kind of goes to, I kind of wish it was more like this, or this character had more time, or this story was more fleshed out. Just like some thoughts along the way. I wouldn't call them critical, but they were certainly mild criticisms. But I'm like, is this gonna feel like a rage level of negativity because everything else is generally so positive? Does that make those moments stand out more? And I'm like, is the solution to just move more objectively and talk about more stuff, whether I love it or not? Because, yeah, if I love something, I'm a lot more enthusiastic. But even the stuff I love, they're not without at least valid criticism, you know? The Owl House isn't perfect. Steven Universe, Adventure Time. Nothing is perfect. There's valid criticism to be had about a lot of things that I love. And I guess it just doesn't bother me if someone doesn't like something that I love or love something that I hate. Parentheses, for the right reasons. Like, I would not have well, I disagree, or, oh, that's an interesting thought, but no. I wouldn't have that peaceful of a response if someone was like, why are the girls holding hands at the Owl House? They'd be like, oh, yuck. But it's like, I don't know, like, should I be more objective and diversify the portfolio on that end? I've always thought that you're very fair when you speak about something you don't like about a piece of media. You're always pointing out what you don't think people that do like it are. You are always pointing out that you don't think people that do like it are wrong. Yeah, and sometimes it does get exhausting to disclaim that, because that's another thing too, is like sometimes I'm resting on like I've talked about my grandpa so many times throughout the years that like sometimes I'll just kind of family stuff and move on, not really thinking how many people are gonna have skipped those videos, don't remember that about my life. Like, should I go into more detail? Should I just like hit the beats of like, I've lost someone important and then move on just so it's like a little clearer? But yeah, sometimes it's just like, despite it being a video about something entirely unrelated and sometimes even years apart, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but the reality is repeat this, you know, so it doesn't get confused. It confused the hell out of me how people could be so venomous about that video. Oh, the Wish one? Yeah, and it was something that like even I was confused about at first, because like I set the video to upload, and whenever I do that, I call either like my grandma or like my sister, my mom, my dad, a friend, somebody, just to kind of get my mind off of it for the first like hour or so, or I'll take a walk. And when I came back to it, it just had so much like negative stuff, and I'm like, you know, trying to figure out like people were talking about like a protest and things, and I'm like, I saw that it was on like a put pressure on this company list, but it's not a boycott, like from the sources and stuff. But I'm also like, I don't know if your sources are my sources. I don't know what the valid sources are. I'm moving with the knowledge of one person Googling things occasionally, right? Like it's not like I have a team of like knowledgeable people that could help me track, you know, what's going on and genuine sources. And also, you know, Google was on the same pressure but don't boycott list as Disney, and I'm like, you're on YouTube, so what are you doing? It was very confusing. And then mixed with all that was a lot of like hate and anger, and then also mixed in with somebody telling me that the talking donkey is actually a goat, or the other way around. So I also had like corrective comments in there, and I'm like, this is just negative. And then when I got to the held for review tab, where things with obscenities and slurs and the like are held for review in YouTube Studio, it was a lot of really gross things about, because I talked about a soundtrack to it's just a topical thing, but because I talked about a soundtrack to a movie, I must be this awful thing, that awful thing, speculation about my appearance, my nose, where I'm from. It got really gross and bad. And I'm like, I just don't want to look at this. And it kind of, and I don't know, I've debated talking about it, like doing a video or a stream on the main channel or something. I just don't know if I have it in me. And it just, like, it's still taking me a while to kind of recover from all that. And I tried to be, and also, like, I have to be careful with the wording of things because YouTube's rules are weird. Like, I don't know if you remember, but, like, beginning of the pandemic, if you said pandemic or COVID, like, you were getting your whole channel demonetized for talking about a sensitive issue, and, like, no one was told about it ahead of time. So there's a part of me that's scared to, like, that's not what my channel, any of my content is about. You know, I've updated the links a while ago, but like that's what the links in the description are for. Like, you know, they're there in case like I hit on something that might upset you or something you might relate to. Like, hey, there's links in the description, talk about professional. This is just a YouTube video about entertainment at that. But I'm like, I don't even know how to talk about this because I don't want to find out that like, oh, if you said the GENOCIED word or IDE word, and now you're completely demonetized. We just made that a rule. So I'm like, I don't really know how to operate on this platform because I don't trust the rules to not change, you know? And then, you know, that whole element of it, but also like trying to explain it concisely on a community post. And there were still people who their takeaway from it was, I'm complaining that I'm not making enough money when I'm like, I'm trying to, like, why aren't you giving money to these causes? Why are you doing a charity thing? And I'm like, I know charity and YouTube doesn't mix great right now, given people doing stupid things or, you know, not doing things properly or whatever. I'm not very big in drama, but I see some things sometimes. But I'm like, you're right. Like, if I was making money, watch, like, subscribe, share, buy some merch at thethirdbill.com. Like, how do I say this without plugging things? But if I was getting more views and more ad revenue and support, and I was making enough money, you're right. Like, I would be doing more, but I don't have that. So when people, and it happens every time I do a fundraiser too, to the point where I'm like, I don't want the solution to be stop doing fundraisers, but is the solution to stop doing fundraisers? Because I know you can't make everybody happy, but it's like, yeah, I'm always in the red. Like, and all that money just goes to equipment, you know, games for the gaming channel, but like, you know, streaming subscriptions, electricity, internet, rent, food. I had to get new shoes. Like, all those expenses are higher than the revenue I bring in. So I'm like, hey, you're right. Like, if I was secretly an internet millionaire, or if I had like a viral song, or, you know, a bunch of, like, you know, making a bunch of money on Patreon or memberships or whatever the hell, then yeah, you're right. Like, I would be doing more. And it's like, me, I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, I wish I was making more money so I could do more too, but like, that's not productive right now. And there are people who, like, they get this like weird idea in their mind that I'm like, because, you know, despite views not being well for a while, it's like, look at all the subscribers, you must be a millionaire. And I'm like, boy, I wish. That's why we only do 2 fundraisers a year, because like, I want to do more, but I can't afford to do that. Like, we raised like $700, I think, for World Central Kitchen, and that every dollar is amazing. And thank you again to everyone, whether you donated or just watched or shared the links. But I'm also sitting there and I'm like, I could really use $700 right now to cover my rent. So it's like, I don't know. It's not only untrue, but it feels like I'm getting kind of slapped with my own shortcomings, you know? But it's just people being annoying. But I'm trying to address all this stuff and trying to be kind to people who aren't being kind to me, generalize it so it's not too heavy, and the verbiage and the vernacular doesn't like trigger some sort of limitation on Google's end. And still, that was filled with so much hostility and ignorance and hypocrisy and contradictory language, or, you know, brutal comments and messages, and it just got to be a little, not a little, but like, it just got to be too much. And like, even now, like, you know, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna probably check in with my grandma and then edit.
Would you like to try?
And like,
I'll let you.
I can feel myself like moving slower than I normally do, because I'm like, I feel like half these comments wouldn't be here if you actually watched the video. So it's like, why bother making this if people aren't gonna pay attention or watch it? And it's like, this isn't a good headspace to be in general, let alone creatively. I see. We've sold out, have we? So can I go to the other fishing hole, or have I just sold out of everything? Sorry to completely go from, hey, I didn't want to talk about such upsetting things in the stream. I feel like now it's not chill. But can I go to the other fishing hole now to get more memos, or is that all of it? Nice. Level up, level up. There we go. I'm like, why isn't it moving? You can go back to the first spot if you want, but you got all the memos. Oh, so this menu, it wouldn't change if I went to the first island. I just have them all now. I caught them all. want to get my 50 points so I can get the new move. Oh my god. Come on. Come on, Bubba. No. Okay. So are these just unlimited until I max it all out? I guess the rings are different. Can I just upgrade, like, can I just fish my way to having, like, the best attack and the best defense? No more memos to buy at any spot, but you can still get cocoa and seeds. Time to submit these to planners. Gotta go deposit them in the museum. I feel like that would kind of dampen the game, wouldn't it? If I just suddenly I'm like level 100 attack and level 100 defense, and I'm just like mowing through everything. Because to be fair, like the game isn't hard. It just gets very frustrating. And the hard part is trying to figure out, like, you find like a random like mini boss and the gameplay is super different. I can't control the camera all of a sudden. I'm trying to figure out just how to attack it and what to do. With you, it's like 98% chill. Don't worry, Bill. You're like the chill king. Am I? I don't think that's true, but thank you.
Would you like to
Are there
try?
spoilers if I were to look at the memos now, or should I wait? Oh gosh, don't call me a king, please. Don't worry, it's still a chill stream. Honestly, it's important to talk about it. Yeah, it sucks because, again, the inverse of even what I was saying earlier about, like, repeating myself. It's like, I've vented this frustration in a stream. Why should I talk about it on the main channel? I'm repeating myself. And it's like, Bill, look at the sub count between your main channel and the gaming channel. Royalty. I'm glad that's becoming a thing. I want the internet to acknowledge there have been too many times I've seen people like, because it's, see, this is a personal thing. Shout out to the people who still talk about, just like I was saying earlier, promoting the stories and hoping that the Dana Terrace gets to make another show. Amelia Lawrence gets to keep continuing in animation. Baron Bill is good. The accounts that just say random, like, not facts about shows or movies or whatever drive me insane, and they do so well. Like, it's a like a tweet that's like, you know, when Luz and Amity are holding hands, they're doing it with their hands. They're holding hands with their hands, and I'm like, yeah, no shit. And it has like 10,000 likes, and I'm just like, okay, this is fine. Or someone's like, oh my god, I just noticed that the portal door looks kind of like Hootie, haha. And I'm like, I said that first 2 years ago. So when you say royalty, I'm like, credit to me. I was the one who needed a term for go off king / queen, but it also, you know, is of a non-binary inclination. So, credit to me. Credit the original artist. Me. I'm trying to think of a better example, but there was one I saw recently where it was like, not as, oh, if you didn't know, that makes sense, but like, it was almost on par with like, loose means light, so light spell, huh? Like, almost like that, but it was like such a mundane fact about the Owl House, and I'm like, that was something I talked about so many times in my videos, and this has like 20,000 likes. This was like a month or so ago, and I was just looking at it, and I'm like, do I need to like simplify everything I say into fast social media quips? Like, you know, I was just like, this is like the short form of short form content, which I can't do. I talk too much. But I'm trying to remember what it was. Insert year. It's like, I'm sure I wasn't the first person to say it, but still, it's like, pick number 3, my lord. Good reference. Your boy might have played Felonious in a school play version of Shrek back in the day. So, you want to talk about deep Bill lore cuts? Hank's on it. You need a pander. There is a part of me that's like, do I need to do that? Do I need to talk about like the most obvious things? So, like, because I don't know, sometimes it's weird. Like, I worry sometimes that, like, you know, getting something right in a theory or asking the right question or noticing the right detail when I'm talking about something earlier in the show and then it pays off later. Like, does it give off the vibe that, like, I must be super intelligent and not just I've studied story structure for years and, like, I like doing this casually, let alone in a video? But I'm like, I don't want to give off the impression like I think I am smart or I am smarter than someone. But sometimes that's like the weird vibe. Like, you didn't notice this little thing. And I'm like, am I expected to? And then I'm like, I guess if this person knows me as the guy who listened to the song and went, oh, maybe bridges are important in Arcane Season 1. You know? But like, I don't know. It's like, should I? No, I know you were joking, but I'm like, you joke, but I genuinely think that sometimes where I'm like, do I need to stop hoping for like nuance? Like, even in the stream yesterday, like I said so many things that I've liked about this game, so many things that I've enjoyed about it. The first stream was like so fun, and yet this game is so bizarre. This whole second level with the canyon was like I just think it was just poorly constructed. Especially when you go into the canyons, it's like a small cave, like every time. Like I always get turned around in caves. They're not that easy to navigate sometimes. Sounds really complicated and difficult. Yeah, it's tough. And also then, you know, especially when like I want to do something that's like, you know, emotional, or like I want to be open and receptive to like filming myself or whatever. Like other things need to go well too. Like you can just tell, I feel like, if I'm like in a bad mood, whether or not the thing is good or not, whether or not the thing resonates with me. And that's something I've been trying to let go, is like, you know, because I've learned to let go of the, you didn't cry at the part that I expected you to cry at, or whatever the hell. I'm like, go away. Like, I don't cry in every video. I don't cry every time. That's not the point. If it happens, I'm not going to stop it. That's the healthy thing. But it's like, sometimes I'm just like, I'm not in the mood, or I'd rather do a review, or I'd rather, like the Hilda video I'm doing right now. It's so long, but it's like the whole series, and I'm really enjoying making it. I'm just terrified of uploading. But like, I don't know, I worry that the nuance is gone, or like I said, like, excuse me, there's no guarantee I'll always find that perfect balance. But like, saying the things I like about this game while also talking about the things that are frustrating, to me it's like, you know, here's something I really, really liked about this game, and it's just not really like living up to it, or like the slot machine thing's too distracting, or I don't think the canyon level was a good idea. I think the desert would have been fine without the canyons. It's hard to traverse this. The style of game isn't fitting like it did in the first area. It's very strange, but I hope it gets better. I hope this is just the water temple for me, where, you know, it's like a very infamously frustrating level in a very beautiful, excellent, critically well-received game. And it's like, when someone dwells on just the negatives, I'm like, I've also said so many positives. And like, you know, even as I'm saying like, oh, Sonic and Knuckles like had a lot of great scenes together, I wish it was more about them like it was with Sonic and Amy. And then trying, like, I feel like I need to defend the characters or something. And I'm like, I literally just said I like these characters and I want them to engage with each other more than the plot of the new characters for the story of the game. I'm like, how does that, I feel like we, according to you, like, it's like, I feel like we want the same thing, or we like the same thing. You're just choosing to ignore half of what I'm saying and be mad. But I also don't know you or your tone or whatever, so it's like, it's weird sometimes. But I don't know. That's just me. But because it's also like, I have critical things to say about a lot of the stuff I love, and I feel like we're losing a lot of nuance right now. Like either you completely love it and it's the best thing ever and it's perfect, never misses, no skips on the album. Every time a song by this person comes on, I listen to every song all the time. And I'm like, no, like, sometimes I'm not in the mood to listen to, I love Bruce Springsteen, but sometimes I'm not in the mood to listen to Born to Run or Promised Land. Hank, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Does that have a message on it, or are you just bragging? Did you press a button? It just says Hank has been a member for 4 months. Thank you, Hank, for being a member for 4 months. As a diehard Sonic fan, I find your insight on the Sonic games you've played very interesting. You provide eating, and again, that's where I feel like all my content has kind of gotten lost. And it even happened on my Scott Pilgrim one, which no one watched anyway, which is a bummer. I just pressed a button. Yeah, it's accompanied with a message, but it's just like 4 months. That's just funny. But thank you, Hank. Like the Scott Pilgrim video I did about the music, there was a lot of people who were like, just watch the show. Why aren't you just watching the show? Why would you watch the music? Why would you watch the music? And I'm like, how are we back to square one where people are like mad that I listened to the music of Steven Universe with no context, when really all that went through my head was, oh, that'd be cool. Like, I can break down the music and the lyrics objectively without knowing anything about the lore, or same thing with Adventure Time or the Arcane soundtrack. Like, let me go in completely raw. What can be discerned if you don't know what happened to Lady Gaga's hip during art pop. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what can be discovered without knowing all the intricate fandom details? And maybe that got lost along the way when I started doing like week by week Owl House stuff for a while, or starting to do follow-ups on things. I think it kind of starts to dilute it over time. Oh, Hank, thank you for the 20. Holy crap. Thanks for being you, Hank. Thank you. Holy crap. Thanks, Hank. You didn't have to do that. But I appreciate it a lot. That sticker's really sweet, too. Thank you, Hank. I appreciate the 20. And even that, like, I feel like I have to, like, pog face to, like, show you how appreciative I am instead of keeping the vibe. But thank you, Hank, for the 20. Please, everyone, remember to like, subscribe. Consider being a member and a donator like Hank. What game was it where I was like, compete for my love? I'm trying to remember. Don't do that. If you can't give, just remember to do all the free things to support me. Your Steven Universe music video out of context is my favorite part about that video. People astound me for what they get upset about. I wouldn't even call it upset. Like, yeah, it comes across as upset, but also it's like the confusion of just watch the show. Why are you doing something different than everyone else? And I'm like, because it used to make me interesting, I think. I'm like, that's why I did Scott Pilgrim. That's why I wanted to do the soundtrack of Wish. I'm like, I kind of want to keep doing the trying to stand the music of videos, because Steven Universe, Adventure Time, and Encanto, those are like some of my biggest videos. Encanto, the review at least, is my biggest video. And I'm like, it was an Ace Attorney stream. I think you're right. I think you're right, Cheyenne. Well, thank you, Hank. I'm just not good at receiving gifts, but I that does help me pay for food and games and bills, so thank you. I love it when you do music first and then Indeed get to analyze it. Get your house. Yeah, and that's kind of where my mind goes, where it's like, you know, blah, 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 and I'm like, also we could take a minute to highlight how good the music is, that I'm like, oh, the mom must be important in Steven Universe. I have not played Jedi Survivor. Who do you watch when I'm not streaming, Hank? No, it was definitely Breath of the Wild, where I was like, we hit $100, I'll just go run towards Ganon right now, and you totally did it. God, that was a nightmare. It was fun. I haven't been able to do that on Tears of the Kingdom yet, by the way. I tried doing a run without doing the temples, and I just keep getting my ass beat. But yeah, whoever you watch play Jedi Survivor, it's not me. Who do you think of when I'm streaming? That was really fun. But yeah, I was like, I wanted to do more music of, and it just seemed like it confused a lot of people. And also Scott Pilgrim was a unique one because I've watched the movie a bunch. I've read the books a bunch. So not knowing what I was in for, I was anticipating, I've seen this before. Let's talk about the new soundtrack, the new music first, and maybe some things will be a little different. Thank you, Sonny, for the $6.99 California dollars. Sending you good vibes. Keep being true to yourself. I'm off to work, so I'll watch the VOD for the rest. Have fun at work. Thank you again for the donation, and thanks for hanging out, Sonny. I might have been playing Survivor while watching that stream. Have a good day about worky. That was awful. I'm sorry. I apologize to Canada. I love the music video because the Steven Universe music video, because people don't usually pay attention to the music and shows outside of the show's context. So I feel like, yeah, and I thought so too. And the thing that also sucks there is, like, not every show is gonna have like a soundtrack. Like every show's obviously, for the most part, gonna have score, but not every show's gotta have like a soundtrack. So I found it a little limiting after a while. Well, of course you accept my apology. That's that politeness in you. Would that be a rude stereotype to assume Canadians are polite? I just realized that. There's got to be at least one rude Canadian out there. Hey. Also being in the Midwest, though. Oh, yeah. Bill, it's the best. Don't ever stop the California dollar jokes. Canada appreciated you. I'm really big in Canada. We think it's funny? Good, I'm glad, because I'm like, last thing, because I feel like if I was Canadian, obviously everything would change. I'd have so much more health care. What was I going to say? If I was Canadian and people were like, oh, you must be polite, I feel like my personality, as it is in this reality, would be like, oh yeah, watch me. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I have a good handful of like extended family in Canada. I lived in the Northwest growing up, and then I moved out to the Midwest. So jeepers, you betcha, don't you know? Like that's really. I guess people just want what they're familiar with, i.e. reactions to the series, and don't realize the point. Yeah, and that's kind of been like an obstacle there. Like, it's weird. Somehow I've entered this reality where I have people complaining like they've always done that I don't just freeboot the whole episode or movie or whatever, and I just do screenshots and the occasional clip. And now it's come full circle to where, and it was on Tumblr of all places, and that's the place where everyone's been nice to me, but it had to happen at some point. Tumblr is still the internet, where someone commented on my murder drones link, I think it was. It was one of my trying to stand videos. Where someone commented, pausing every 10 seconds to do a fake pog face isn't transformative content. Something, you're despicable, or this is bad, or you're bad, or something shitty. And I just went out of my way to reply, because I'm like, I agree. I hope you actually watch this, because that's literally not what I do. And I'm like, oh, you definitely haven't watched anything I've ever done. I've never gotten that complaint before. I was just like, I tried to change the formula up, because I'm like, yeah, like, this is like water cooler talk. Like, are you here to like watch someone else like talk about and respond to something, or are you just trying to freeboot, you know? And again, my hope is success for a show, so the show gets to complete, but also the people who work on it, their IP that they helped create or did create was viable and valuable enough to where they get to do more stuff. Or, you know, Disney looks at all the Owl House statistics, which I think that was ran so poorly. I think while you need to have that kind of representation on cable's also a dying medium. I think Owl House and Amphibia would have served better as Disney Plus exclusives, in a world where you also get paid fairly or the same. So I also don't want this to be an advocacy for the people who worked on the Owl House to get paid less. But it's like, you want those numbers to be viable, so a big company like Disney will go, oh, like, representation isn't a risk. Let's do some more of that, you know? So it's like, but also, yeah, like I'm getting the Book of Bill, the Gravity Falls book, dropping over the summer. Am I in love with the fact that I'm giving an evil corporation 20 more of my dollars? No, but I want it. I love Gravity Falls so fucking much. But also I'm like, if we keep buying the books, maybe the cousin of Gravity Falls, the Owl House, or the sister show of that cousin, Amphibia, will get more books, or a Disney Plus extended the Owl House Titan Cut, Owl House Brotherhood. You know what I mean? It's like, sometimes, yeah, it's like, I also don't want to live in a capitalistic society with these massive corporations and all this nonsense. But while we're in that society, like, yeah, like, the things, if you want more of the things you love, like, the company's gotta see that it makes financial sense. I don't agree with it, but I'm at peace with it. Like, that's how it works as of now. But it's like, I'm not in love with giving them 20 more of my dollars, but Alex Hirsch wrote a book about me and I want to read it. Some people will just see a video appear and get mad, like every reaction. Yeah, I understand that, but also, this isn't negative against anyone else, but like, I think it was maybe a little bit of a mistake on my part to try to make myself different, because I always saw myself as like review and analysis, and then the little reaction highlight snippets. Those are just for fun and for a reference point later. Those were never the focus for me, and I think some of the people I've done things with, I think that association just kind of gets things a little lost in the translation of what I want to do or what I am doing. And like, you know, again, the nuance of the internet makes me have to disclaim this, but like, I don't judge anybody that does more of the, I don't think it makes any sense. Like, I hope the rules don't change like they seem to be edging towards, especially after the actors and writers strike. But like, I'm like, that's just not how I want to do things. Like, it's not a judgment thing, but I'm like, I think I've been boxed in a little more without realizing it, because of that. Because I'm like, I've never considered my channel a reaction channel, but like, yeah, like I like putting in the highlights Like, I think if it's funny, interesting, or, you know, validating to someone who, you know, has to. I'm trying to picture the equivalent of like reading a book with a flashlight and the sheets over your head, like they're watching a show or listening to music, and like I don't want my friends to know that I like Lady Gaga because like I can't let people know that like I like girl music artists, insert whatever awful reason there, or I can't tell everyone in my life why I like the Owl House so much. Like hopefully it's a little validating or reassuring, but the focus is then the talky bits, and especially when I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna watch it. Like, I want to get to the talking part. I want to do the review, the analysis, the dissection. And it's just gotten very apparent that people don't watch that part because it's like, you didn't talk about this or you didn't understand that. And I'm like, right, not the first time I watched it, but when I sat down, took some notes and gathered my thoughts, when my heart got out of the way of my head, yeah, like I noticed all this other stuff. Hey, Destiny, I'm glad you enjoyed the previous stream. This is to make up for all the stress. Gotta watch the whole video. Well, I mean, ideally, yes, but also I'm like, and this is, and I've talked about it before, but my sister really helped me kind of frame this. Because I'm like, yeah, if I watch a video, even if I don't finish it in one sitting, I go back and finish it. Like, I treat YouTube like Netflix, like movies, like TV. I don't speed it up to double speed to save time. You know, like how I watch things, whether it's YouTube or a movie or a show, it's all the same. Like I make sure to like the video. I don't comment most of the time because I'm on my TV on a different account. Which maybe I should do more of that, like watching things on my actual account and leaving comments and stuff. But like I always make sure to hit the like button, especially if I enjoyed it. Like, you know, subscribe if I catch myself watching like 2 or 3 videos from the same person. I'm like, oh, I should just subscribe to this. I don't really unsubscribe unless it's like, oh, that's awful. You know, like I don't really unsubscribe from channels. So it's like sometimes YouTube stuff really baffles me. And my sister was just like, you just need to understand that you're like just an ideal YouTube watcher. And also, you know, I think there's also something to be said about growing up with TV and having way too many Chuck E. Cheese ads in front of all my cartoons. Like, I don't mind sitting through an ad or two or just waiting until I can hit the skip button. It's annoying when the ad is like 20 minutes and I'm listening, like my playlist is going while I'm like, you know, shaving or taking a shower or cooking dinner or doing the dishes or something. If I'm doing something and now there's a 20-minute ad playing, like, oh yeah, that's awful. But I'm like, ads don't bother me. Remember to hit the like. But then it's like, remember not to take it personally when other people who grew up with YouTube don't ingest their media the same way as you. You know, it's like, you know, not everyone's gonna cover their mouth when they burp like you do. You know, weird analogy, but that was kind of how she put it. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed the Ace Attorney streams. That's another one where it's like I really love, especially the first game. I love the parts of the second game that are like not awful. I felt like I complained about half that game, but it's like that's kind of where my mind goes with this one too, where it's like the things I don't like, I think make me a little more upset because the things I like, I love. So then when the quality kind of dips or the story is lacking in Phoenix Wright because this 30-year-old is trying to marry a 16-year-old and talking to her through his puppet, I'm like, this isn't quirky or silly or romantic. I hate this. It's like, I think it makes me more frustrated and more mad because I like the thing. Like, if I was indifferent about Sonic Frontiers, I don't think the canyons would bother me so much. If I didn't love Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, I don't think it would have upset me so much to have like such a poorly written third case in the second game. So it's like, I think that's where sometimes I wonder if I don't illustrate that well enough, or maybe it's just not clear, or that nuance is being lost, where it's like, sometimes I get mad, not because I'm mad, but because it's disappointing because I loved everything else so much. It's like getting a taste of prime rib, and then suddenly someone slaps it off my plate and just throws uncooked Brussels sprouts on my plate. I'm like, I miss the steak. What the hell is this? And I don't think it's cooked properly, but I don't know. I don't eat a lot of Brussels sprouts. Sorry, Grandma. She would always try to get me to eat Brussels sprouts. But you know what I mean? It's like, sometimes it's that jarring, like, oh, I love this. Oh, it's delicious. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is so unique. This is so fantastic. What the hell just happened? You know, like, I loved the first area of this so much. And then the canyon just like killed so much of my joy. I'm like, no, I want to go back to that first feeling. Ace Attorney was so interesting to follow with you, but I was just as grossed out. Yeah, the ick is strong. And it's so disappointing because, like, there's so many elements and moments in the writing where, like, it's so provocative, it's so deep and interesting. And then there's times where I'm like, oh, well, this aged like milk, or sometimes I have to remind myself that it was made in the early 2000s, and, you know, especially the lackluster treatment of mental health and the concept of age of consent, both things I struggled with as a child in the early 2000s. So it's like, it's a little extra, I guess the word would be triggering, but it's also like, it puts me back in the early 2000s where, you know, everyone's like frustrated and mad at me for not knowing why I'm so sad, and then like I'm being punished for not articulating it. So I would just start pretending to be happy, or I don't want to talk about it, especially in a chill stream, but like some of the, we'll just say, attention I would get very young being bad, and then seeing how like poorly handled, like if I had experienced those things in a world where we talk about that stuff more, I would have spoken up about a lot more, or known that something was bad, you know? So then when it's like poorly handled in a video game written in that era, I think it kind of triples the response there, you know? And it's also disappointing because, again, it's like, wow, when this game, like, when its writing is good, it's so good, and it's so fun and silly and interesting, and look at the kooky, quirky, fun characters. And then it's like, you know what's not kooky and quirky and fun? Proposing to a 16-year-old whose dad just died. No, don't be sorry. I'm being vague intentionally, so I'm sorry. It's just stuff I think about. But it's like, you know, like I said, I think I just get more upset when things don't pan out in a game or franchise that I really love. And plus, I don't know, and I talked about it too, like with the Big the Cat thing. Like, it's amazing that they were able to like bring back, fix, and save Big the Cat, because it was so bad in Sonic Adventure. And I said it last night, where I was just like, holy crap, like this, they fixed it. And that's just a year, because I played Sonic Adventure for the first time last January. So I'm like, that's just a year of me sitting there going, man, the Big the Cat stuff really sucked in Sonic Adventure. It was so bizarre and frustrating, and you had to do it and all that stuff. Ooh, hello. Thank you. And I was just like, I could only imagine if you had played it, you know, back when it came out, or when it was re-released on the GameCube and stuff, or even recently, like just sitting there with people really, like someone who really loves Big the Cat but hates the gameplay or loves the gameplay and sees everyone dunk on it, and it's like that level of validation from being a fan of it for so long. I could only imagine how validating that must have been. But I don't know. Like that's the thing that I feel like it's a nuance that I think we don't really take into consideration that much anyway. But it's like, just like how like nerves are a different form of excitement, it's like sometimes frustration is a different form of expectation and investment. You know?
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Okay, so hello? Why does the menu, why are you like this? You have to like press X. It's such a weird little setup. I really did get everything. Okay, so with the memos, no, oh god, don't play them. Are the memos spoilers? Should I wait for an actual stream at the normal time? Chat, help. Wait until the Chaos Island. Wait until Chaos Island, like that fishing spot? Do I not have them all yet? Hands you one help. Context from future cutscenes is good. Wait until I have more context, you mean? I just don't want this to... Okay, wait until I have more context. Okay, cool. But I have all of them? I appreciate going out of your way to not say it. Not say what it is, but there is a scene on Chaos Island. It's like... Again, it's appreciated that you're avoiding... spoilers. That's just funny. Okay, so wait. Okay.
Would you like to try?
And then where's the... Someone mentioned a cooking mini game. Can I still do that? Or should we just call it... God, it's been... I thought I started this at 11. I think that's when I launched the lobby. What? Breathe, bud, breathe. What? Hold on. I need to go back. Destiny, breathe. I can't see the start of this. This is all you. The game is different from the previous ones. Yeah, we talked about that before. Wait until Chaos Island. They're not spoilers, but context. Yeah. There's a scene. The voices are different. Are you talking to me? I got used to it. I'm a little lost on what you're saying there. Are you in the wrong chat? Were we talking about the voices? Did I black out there for a second? Someone said there's a cooking mini game, but it might be a DLC thing. I don't know. I don't want to overfish since I don't get my... I don't want to overfish since I don't get my... I don't want to overstat myself. I just wanted to keep fishing, but like... Don't your fish coins go away when you leave? I just brought it up because the voices were so different and easily alongside the Breath of the Wild-like tone, the most shocking parts of this game. Careful now, don't say Breath of the Wild. Okay, sorry, I was super confused. So, God, this is so nice to get lost in that music. All like right because I can't. Can I go to the first fishing spot to get more stuff, or am I just maxed out for now? I got all them. I'm like, I got every memo now. Cooking is DLC. Do I have it? Like, there was like 50 messages when I first booted up this game. Update, 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 update. Monster Hunter collaboration pack. Oh. What a unique... Does that also Capcom? Monster Hunter sounds so random. Thank you, Hampson. Hope you're doing well. How many egg memos has he listened to? None yet. Because I don't... I think I'll save it for the main, like for just a regular stream at the regular time. But also, I want to make sure I don't get anything spoiled for me. Because we just finished the second island. So I'm like, I'm hesitant to listen. And it's the same thing with, maybe that's just what we'll have to do on Monday for a bit. Because also, like, people were saying in chat last night to go back and go find, the little girl with the side bang floats. She's all corrupted. She thinks Eggman is her papa. Like, I thought those would be, like, extra time trials or, like, you know, escape the military pursuit. But everyone's like, no, those are cutscenes for the story. Oh, thank you, Cheyenne. Friendly chat reminder to like and subscribe to King Bill to support the stream. I also want to say being a member is great, and I recommend it if you're able. Sorry if I... No, this isn't... Cheyenne, everyone should be encouraging each other to like and subscribe and become a member, or go to thethirdbill.com to donate or pick up some merch. Monster Hunter is a Capcom game. Okay, I thought so. But no, people were saying to go back and talk to the little girl, because I thought it was like extra time trials or something, but I guess it's more story and it's more cutscenes. So I'm like, maybe I'll go back and do that on Monday and do some more egg memos, or should I wait until I'm further along? Baron Bill merch. I mean, I'd have to talk to Alana about that. She's the one who helps me do all that graphic design biz. What should I do? I don't want the stream to go much longer, but read the first 10. Yeah, my thing is like, I guess I'll do that on Monday when it's like the regular time and stuff, because I just want this to be extra. So I might just wait until we're at the normal time and progressing the story. Because like I said, I got the impression that I should go back and talk to the kid more. So I think I might go back and do that. like do that and listen to the memos and stuff. I don't know. Does it matter if I go back to the first fishing hole? I also found Knuckles chilling. Have I not done all the Knuckles stuff? When I was trying to find the fishing hole, I ran into a Knuckles ghost, and I'm like, "You're still here? Is there more?" Can't believe I went this whole time without making a Goofy movie reference. Oh yeah, and I can fast travel now, so we can also upgrade. We should probably do that. 123 perfect casts. Oh. Man, that's so confusing when that happens. Yeah, these are all my children already. Oh, right, you gotta... I wish you could fast travel to the portals. I think that would make a lot of this smoother. Challenge. Island mystery. What? Ooh, oh, I've solved it already. There's no such thing as a mystery when I'm the gamer. All my theories come true. Where's the... There we go. I think I just went the wrong way. Okay, we can fast travel both of them. But, alright, let's... Should I try going back to the first fishing hole? Those are extra light story conversations. Okay. 'Twas a good sleep. Oh, you've returned. Do you need my insight? I don't need your insight. I just need you to level me. Oh, 68 attack. Boo. Can we get an ECIN in chat? ECIN for 68 attack? Boo. Should I just go back to the first island? Like, is it different or is it just going to be the same? I mean, here he is right here with no check mark. Yeah, and then she's on the map too. Okay. Should I hunt for more of those in the future? Not nice. That's why it's ECIN, ECIN. I guess I just can switch maps. Not chaos. This is also so weird. It keeps switching the order around, but I can tell which one I haven't been to because I haven't done a single damn thing. I guess we can still do the first one. I haven't gotten the golden fishy boy yet. Is it different stuff? Or is it just... Like, I literally have all the egg memos? I don't know. I hope people find this chill. I feel like I talked about too many heavy things, and that's not what my plan was. I could turn that off in the settings, right? I'm tired of the... I am Poe. Whee! Yeah, there's still an Amy here. Okay. So I should think of those as more like... Should I think of them more like the Zelda memories? Where it's like... It's part of the story, but it's not part of the main quest. You know? Look at my amazing attack now. Where is the fishy boy? Isn't he like down here? I think. tower I hardly know. Please. Please. Never mind, I'll fast travel. I just wanted to enjoy my fun time. No! Get away from me. Yeah, see, this is what I hoped the canyon was gonna like. Like, let me, like, Sonic up and down the thingies. You know? What the hell? Oh, because I got a D on that. No. Got a gear, though. I guess we can just fast travel to the closest little guy. Right? There we go. Yeah, because it's down there, right? Those things are mean. What? Squidward, no. Squidward, no. Do we have to do this? Am I stuck doing this? Is there something I need to be doing? There we go. Jesus Christ, I'm way too powerful. It's Jason Bourne. Anyway, time to go fishing. Wait, it turned into that? Did it not give me anything, or did I not see it drop? There it is. I just wanted to go fishing. Alright, well, I killed Squidward. Please. I never drop my crown. You should see me in a... I just want to go fishing. Leave me be, leave me be. No. Ooh, coin. Can I? I'd like to fish. Thank you. Can I have something to fish? No. Can I have something to fish? No. So.
Hey, Sonic. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Oh, do I need to just buy more Amy memory tokens? Okay, so it like isn't different. The menu, like there's some things that carry over. Whoa. Are they all this big? What are the ones I've been picking up? This is one of those games that is really fun the first time, but can be played to the point of it being boring. I mean, yeah, most games are going to kind of do that to you, where you know the maps too well, or suddenly everything that's unique, it's repetitive because you know it. Like some of my favorite games, like I've had to take a break from my favorite game of 2023, Liza P, because I'm like, now I know where everything is. And if I keep getting new game plus, the DLC's gonna beat me up. Sorry for party burping. Cool. Well, at least we picked up some litter. Platinum golden fish. Was it divorced and remarried? Platinum hyphen golden? Speaking of hyphenating, shout out to my mom for having like 5 last names. Somehow, I'm getting impatient with the fish. That happened once. My grandpa took me fishing a lot when I was a kid, and I was getting really bored, and he's trying to teach me like patience and like, you know, it's fishing, right? It's gonna take a minute. I got bored, took my rod, flung it in the opposite direction he told me to, and I caught a fish in like maybe 10, 12 seconds. My line got a bite. And I pulled it out. I'm just like, all right, I'm ready to go now. Literally the opposite of that. It's so funny. It's like one of the only times I've ever seen life leave my grandfather's eyes like that. He's just like, this fucking kid. Like it was like an Office. Look at the camera, the Parks and Rec vibe, right? Look at the camera because you're annoyed at what's going on in a scene, kind of moment, but to himself. Like you just that. Wow. 4 more, and I can finally finish building that truck I've been working on. That's what I want. Can we get Sonic monster trucks? The Nishiki Koi. Again, it's like, is this a big ass fish or am I just a little guy? I guess Sonic's not a little guy because he can talk. There's a criteria for me to call a character a little guy. A very important criteria. Ooh. Even though I got a trophy saying I caught all the fish, I don't think that's true. I don't think I saw that before. Or I forgot. I'm catching so much fish just falling out of my pockets. This is yours. I remember you. Just looking up at him like, only 1 token, huh? No, that's cool. Come on. An eel. That's a moray. Eel. Get it? Thank you. Good night. Like, subscribe. I'm assuming I've gotten everything. Is the percentage on the menu just because I haven't bought everything?
Would you like to try?
No, this is anglerfish is new. Have I... Are there things from this particular pond I haven't caught yet? I'm a little confused.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Sold out. Sold out. And these are the things that don't sell out, I'm assuming. Cool. Well, I got those now.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Is there a way to just see that percentage thing again? Or maybe... Am I missing a scroll? No, I got it. Okay. So. Okay, I got the gold. Cool. All right. I think we're at a good stopping point. I don't want this stream to run too long. It's already hit like 2 hours. Yeah. Is there anything else I should do, chat, before we go? Because, yeah, I'm torn between on Monday starting on the third island or starting to get the extra memory stuff. I don't know. Upgrade me, son. Everything to ring capacity. Actually, maybe, yeah. Let's do a couple speed. It's weird that I can't budget this because I don't know how much I have or what anything costs. I guess we'll do speed 15 and then dump the rest into rings. Just for now. Because I'm a little nervous to do too much speed and then I just flail about miserably. Whoa. And then my other dad. I have 2 Korok dads. Wait, do I not have any? Oh, did I not get any attack and defense seeds? That's embarrassing. Sound like you called me Jim. Okay. No, Jim. I think we're good. And I can't think of much else to do without, like, continuing on with the story. I think we're good to leave it there. I don't know. I worry that I didn't achieve all my goals for this stream. I was hoping it would just be nice and low key and chill. And we talked about some serious stuff, but I don't know. I appreciate those who are cool with me talking about stuff that's on my mind, regardless of if it's big or small. I hope you guys enjoyed. Where's the... Come on, baby. Here we go. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a little different day, different time. I don't know. Like I said, I just didn't want to go a couple days of editing in the weekend with just a weird taste in my mouth, and I wanted to do the fishing. I don't know. I didn't want the energy that I have about uploading on the main channel to turn to like osmosis onto the energy I would have about like I didn't want to end up not wanting to stream on the gaming channel too. So this kind of really helped with that. So thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. Link in the description, like always. Social awareness, mental health, crisis lines, Trevor Project resources, things like that. Should use some, you don't need them. Thank you again, Hank, for the $20 donation. Thank you again, Sunny, for the $6.99 California dollars. And thank you, Hank, for being a member for 4 months. For clicking that button. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd like to do more of these in the future. Try to find something chill to do again. I ended up just platinuming Inscription in my downtime, just to give you an idea of how little I was sleeping in December. I thought about doing this with Casey's mod, and I guess I could just do it again. On Inscription. Something that's still it's engaging, roguelike-y, but not like super loud or overwhelming. I don't know. At least we got some fishing done. We got some extra things. And yeah, we'll if there's a button, I'm gonna click it. Please do. But and then stop clicking it so you don't unsubscribe and resubscribe. That probably does something to the algorithm I don't want to think about. But yeah, Monday, same time as usual, 7 Central, which is 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. We'll be back. I don't know. I might leave up a poll for the members. I might put a poll in the stream. I don't know, but I'm torn right now between dropping progress to pick up the extra memories on both the islands, or maybe wait until I'm done with the 3rd island to do that. You know? I don't know. If anyone can give me insight on that in the comments without spoiling anything, please do. Because, yeah, like I said, like I want to listen to the egg memo, but a couple people were like, wait until you're through the 3rd island to do that. So maybe I'll do that for the memories as well. Any insight in that would be greatly appreciated. Leave a comment or some biz. So yeah, either we'll do the memories on Monday for the first 2 areas or just the first one. I don't know. Either we'll do the memories and the egg memos on Monday, or we'll do the 3rd island and see how we feel after that. Because I am enjoying the pace that we're kind of moving at. Like, we're getting through like an entire island in a stream, and that's kind of perfect. For me at least. But there's still more stuff to do. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I like having a plan, but then also I don't like having a plan. But yeah, if anyone can provide some insight into what to do there, because I'm too scared to like Google it. Like, the last thing I need is a minor accidental spoiler while I'm like looking up a logistic to something. That happened with something a while ago. I think it was a show. It was Star Versus. I got a spoiler for Star Versus, and it really pissed me off. And it was like in my suggested. I wasn't even like Googling anything or nothing. It was like, because you like the Owl House, and then it was like a massive spoiler for one of the later seasons of Star Versus. And I was like, cool. I need to wipe this from my memory. Um, anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good biz. Um, links in the description. Thank you again, Hank, for being a member for 4 months and for donating a 20. Thank you again, Sunny, for the $6.99 California. And thank you everyone for clicking and hanging out. You know, if you can, consider donating or becoming a member to help out the channel, pay for games, pay off equipment on my credit card, and help Bill with his bills. If you can't, you don't want to, no worries. There's tons of free ways to do it too. You know, sharing links, hitting the like, leaving comments, follow me on social media, watching VODs, watching vids, watching old streams, new streams, streams you missed, old videos, new videos, videos you missed. There's tons of free ways to support me, so consider doing that. You're helping out by hanging out. Thank you everyone for just being kind and helping keep the chillness going. Thank you to those who are kind. It really goes a long way. And I don't know. I don't want the vibe of this sentiment to come off as like gaslighty or manipulative, but it's like, you know, sometimes, like I said, like if things get too negative or, you know, hostile, or sometimes I've had people like spam my DMs and stuff like, you need to do this thing, and I'm like, I was considering it, or I was on the fence, and then you better do this or else kind of vibe, and I'm like, well, now I really don't want to do this. Like, all I'll be thinking is, you know, this game, movie, show, artist, album, whatever, it's good, but it's never going to be good enough to where I'm like, oh, I understand someone like all capsing me and threatening me, like whether it's a text or not. It's like, ugh. So thank you for bringing back the vibe. That was kind of the secondary goal here, was still associating this game with a good time, so I'm not stressed or coming at it with this game better be immaculate if someone's gonna be like this rude, or angry. You know what I mean? So thank you for bringing back the vibe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a good weekend. Hope you're staying warm if it's cold out. Hope everyone's staying safe. Thank you again, everyone. And yeah, I don't know if you want more weird. Bill found a chill mini game to do as a separate stream, because I thought about making this a members only stream, and I'm like, I'll open it up for a public one, but maybe I'll do more things like this for like members only when I'm feeling it. I'm still trying to think of more members only streams to do when there isn't like a big, like a Nintendo Direct or, you know, whatever the hell. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you again to all the channel members, by the way. Yeah. Hope to see you next time I upload or go live. Hope everyone's staying safe. Remember to grab a mask if you're heading out. Be mindful of others. And remember to take care of yourselves, please.